You are welcome to this channel. Please make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like, give us your thumbs up, share our stuffs on this channel. You are welcome once again. PDP condemns Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's suspension, calls for investigation into allegations. Channels Television reports that the People's Democratic Party has strongly condemned the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan from the Senate over allegation of sexual harassment against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The Senate suspended Natasha for 6 months on Thursday, citing a violation of Senate rules. Her suspension followed a dispute with Akpabio, who denied the harassment claims. In a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba, the PDP described the action as an attempt to suppress the allegations and protect the Senate president. The party criticized the decision to suspend Senator Natasha without an opening investigation, arguing that it portrays the Senate as an institution that tolerates misconduct. The PDP further stated that suspending her for 6 months deprives the people of Kogi Central of their right to representation. The party insisted that if Akpabio has nothing to hide, he should have stepped aside to allow an independent investigation in line with parliamentary practices. According to the rule, it is a national embarrassment that the Senate president, who also chairs the National Assembly, is implicated in such a serious allegation. The party maintained that Akpabio should voluntarily step down to clear his name and restore the integrity of the Senate rather than use his position to suppress the issue. Well, there are bound to be backs and forths in this Natasha Akpabio issue. Of course, different people see it from different lights. Like, for example, the PDP, that happens to be an opposition party, will eventually see from an opposition point of view. But then, whether it is opposition or not, PDP has right to her own opinion, and that's what we are looking at in this very particular news. Yes, for the man who is at the eye of the storm, the Senate president, the right thing, same thing, is for him to step down, really, to make sure that a neutral person presides over the matter. He can't be the judge in his own case. It's not done anywhere except if there are rules in the Senate that permits that. Well, but we don't know the deep down what is really happening in the matter. But some germane questions that PDP seems to be raising are something that we really need to give a thought. Yes, let's sit down and think through about it. Now, this man is accused of something and is holding a public office. The same thing that is expected of anyone is for that person to step down and allow a free and fair, thorough investigation that will eventually come out with results that might either make or mar him. But in this situation, in the eye of the public, what we are saying is that the man who happened to be the accused is the one sitting, presiding over the Senate concerning that issue. I'm not saying Akpabio should not preside over the Senate on every other matter, but not on the issue of Natasha. At least he would have done right if he would had allowed his deputy to sit on the matter while he is away, probably on a public function, so that it will be a tactical move for people to probably eventually believe that he has already relinquished the seat, then for another person to take over, then for the investigation to sail through. But in this regard, there is nowhere in the world that anybody will exonerate Akpabio. That's number one. Number two, it also give a room for PDP to put, give a jab to the National Assembly, trying to say that that place is not hallowed, that they indulge in what happen to be practices that are not okay for that kind of a hallowed chamber. Though I am not of such opinion, I don't believe. But then the major thing is that PDP wants it to be clear that no, it ought not to be, and the Senate need to check their rules if there are any rules that has decided to give an opportunity or power to a Senate president who is already being accused to preside over the plenary on the same matter he's being accused of. It's not fair. They also raised a matter of 6 months suspension, that the people of Kogi will be deprived of representation, especially the senatorial district where this woman come from. I think the colleagues in the Senate should look into that matter, because if all other senators, that is two other senators representing Kogi State, yes, try to preside over the matter of Kogi, there is going to be no one to speak for the particular part of Kogi State where this woman come from, because of course those other two will first want to make sure that there's something is coming to Kogi, but then to their own side of Kogi State. So they need to also check that really what PDP raised is very, very important. For 6 months, if there is no representation, I think to a large extent it's going to affect the people of Kogi Central. Yes, because it's like depriving those people of their rights to representation, and that is the way the PDP spokesperson put it. Another thing the man now said is that it is a national embarrassment. Honestly speaking, we are not supposed to keep embarrassing ourselves in this country. We know the right thing to do, and the best thing is for us to put on a thinking cap and toe the path of wisdom and do what is needful, instead of us dancing naked, in quotes now, in public. It ought not to be, because the PDP has come out to say that that attempt is an attempt to suppress the allegation and to protect the Senate president. And the Senate is a hallowed chamber. Even if their job is to protect that seat called the president of the Senate, but you don't protect the individual. If he is wrong, he too should face the wrath of the law. If there are any rules in the Senate that happen to be a disciplinary rule that can discipline the Senate president when he goes beyond his boundaries, it should be applied accordingly, as it was applied on Senator Natasha Akpoti. But in this regard, the PDP is trying to tell us that the Senate is trying to just protect the Senate president. You understand? And this is the man that has been implicated in this serious allegation. So the party still maintain that Akpabio should voluntarily step down. Yes, to clear his name and to restore the integrity of the Senate, rather than using his position to suppress the issue. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like and give us your